Kentucky. Massive fan following, Big Blue Nation. They're set to meet Houston, coming off their impressive win over Ohio State in round 2. Jessica Wimsatt covers the Cats. She joins us live from KC to talk about that matchup. Thousands of Wildcat fans going to be there for it, no doubt, and they're all asking the same question. P.J. Washington, top scorer for the Cats, missed the start of the tournament with a foot injury. John Calipari yesterday sounded hopeful they could get Washington back for this game. He kind of hinted at it. What's the latest you know about P.J.'s status?
Yeah, Jared. Well, I can tell you, I don't think I have ever talked about someone's foot so much in my entire life as I have over the past couple of weeks focusing on P.J. Washington. And I do have some good news, though. There might be an end in sight coming soon because yesterday that foot and P.J. officially hit the court for practice. Now, of course, when the media was there, P.J. was only doing things like warming up, shooting free throws. So we didn't get to actually see him in live game action or anything like that. But the goal of yesterday's practice was to do simply that, figure out if he is able to go today. And when we asked him and John Calipari and the rest of the players yesterday if he would be able to play in today's game, even P.J. Washington himself couldn't give us a straight answer on that one. Let's have a listen.
Obviously, I want to play a lot. I mean, I put my heart and soul in this program and stuff like that. So, I mean, just to go out there and not be able to play really hurt me. So, just to see these guys get a win, and I was just happy for them. I was excited to get the cast off finally. So, I feel a lot better than what I was. I just haven't really got on the court and see anything. So, I mean, I'm definitely going to try to go out there and see what I can do today.
I just want to say, is P.J. playing? Does anybody know here whether he's playing? I don't know. Greatest thing for him is the doc said you can't hurt yourself, and if that were the case, I wouldn't let him play. Doc said you're going to be in pain after the game if you do play, but you know, how much pain can you deal with? And he wants to play. Now it's, you know, can he play? And we don't know. And I mean, if anybody's guessing, we just don't know yet.
So as you can hear, there are still lots of questions surrounding whether or not he will play today. And Jared, just to give you an idea of exactly how much attention P.J. Washington and his foot have gotten over the past couple of weeks, on Wednesday when he got his cast off, he tweeted out a video. It was a 5-second video simply of his feet walking on the floor. That video now, Jared, has almost 4,000 likes and has started something called the P.J. Challenge, which the players explained to me yesterday in the locker room is simply other people, random people, taking videos of their feet walking. So that is just how crazy this whole P.J. Washington thing has become.
Yeah, Jessica, I saw that yesterday, and I thought it would have been just a little bit better if they'd all been set to the music from Saturday Night Fever. That would have been picture perfect. Let's talk about the Wildcats. Obviously, last week it was a really difficult second-round matchup with Wofford. Wofford did not even shoot that great, and they still made UK really work for it last week. Where did the Cats run into some problems there?
Yeah, well, John Calipari, I think, had the best answer to that question yesterday when he said, you know, you can take any team in the NCAA tournament and take their best player off the floor, and it's going to make them simply not as good. And I think that's what we saw against Wofford last week for the Cats. Thankfully, though, they have had some guys step up, and the players also told me yesterday that they're glad that they played Wofford last week because a lot of the things that they did on defense against, you know, a guard-dominated shooting team like Wofford are the same sort of things they'll have to do tonight against Houston. So they're hoping that that preparation, especially on the defensive end, translates, and with or without P.J. Washington, they're able to take care of business here tonight.
And they, Jessica, they better take Houston very seriously. Watch their entire second-round game, and this is a team that plays with incredible pace. They can shoot threes offensively, but where they really hurt you is defensively. This is a top 10 defense in the country. They're active, but they don't foul a bunch. It's a really good squad. It's not just a team that maybe played in a lesser conference and racked up a bunch of wins. This is a legitimate team. What's the scouting report on Houston?
Well, you mentioned their defense. They're good on offense, too. You know, you look at this regional here, and you see names like North Carolina and Kentucky, and then you see Houston, and you think to yourself for maybe just a second, oh, well, maybe we can overlook a team like Houston, but that is not the case. John Calipari said yesterday, if you do that to this Houston team, you will lose. I don't care who you are. That is going to be a loss on your schedule. So the Cats are not overlooking Houston, and you mentioned their defense, but they're also good on offense. Just take this, for example. In the last 2 NCAA tournament games, they are averaging 22 points for their margin of victory. That's a whole heck of a lot, Jared, and I know the Cats will have to be ready to play here tonight. If you want to hear more about Houston, I talked to them in the locker room yesterday as well about what this whole experience has been like for them. You can find that sound on our website under that big tournament page. But, you know, with or without PJ tonight, both teams told me the exact same thing in the locker room when I asked what the key was to tonight's game. They both said rebounding. So, you know, for a smaller team, a guard-dominated team like Houston, that will be even trickier if PJ Washington is able to go here for the Cats tonight.
That is an excellent point, Jessica. Well said. Thanks for joining us there live from Kansas City. Man, I told you, the games tonight are really good, and that gets you well set for what the games are coming